Yeah, I thought some parts went back. I thought, thought our first half, our defence, especially on early tackles, first half was poor. That we sort of had to discuss at half time. I think they made 2 to 3 sort of breaks through there in the first half, so I wasn't really happy with that. I felt like we're quite loose. We couldn't get markers there, and guys needed to pick up on that. I felt like we felt where the space was quite well and got there on the occasions we needed to sort of get the points. And then we got better, I think, the longer the game went until sort of the last 5 minutes. So it was, good build throughout the game.
7 of 9 tries down the right last week. Today it was 5 of 7. The combinations on that right-hand edge are fantastic for round 1 and 2, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. You know, we've been very, very good on the left over the years and very good on the right. And that's, just a credit to the way that they've worked. I think, BMO's scoring another 3, which is nice for him to get rewards for how much he works in our game. Good start. They felt it quite early in the game where they needed to go, and that wasn't a plan either way. But that's the idea, is to feel it within game and know where to stick to and where you're going to get your opportunities.
Back-to-back 40-point score lines with up to 6 stars out. Are you ahead of where you thought you'd be?
Oh, there was no plan about where we wanted to be, other than every team will start the season wanting to play their style of footy. And that's what we've tried to do, and we've seen some really good parts for those score lines. And as I said, I wasn't really happy with the first half, even though we only conceded 1. We could have conceded more if we didn't fix it up.
Robert, does a footy team learn more from a tight, hard win, or a win like that today?
Well, they're different, Bulldog. They serve different purposes. Sometimes you get to practice. You get to practice a lot of different things today. We got to do lots of different things. Go down the short sides, play long shifts, go through the middle, different types of defence. So you get to practice a lot of different ones. And then you also need the tight games to know how to finish and to ice games as well. But our job was to ice the game between the 50 and 60th minute mark tonight, not the 70th and 80th, and I thought they did that well. You got to know when you're on top and then how to ice it earlier so it doesn't become a tight game.
Robert, how refreshed is this team compared to, say, a year ago? Obviously no World Club Challenge this year. Has that made a bit of a difference in the way you've started the season, do you think?
It obviously does. We've had a lot of overseas trips over the last 4 to 5 years. I think we went in 17, 19, 20. We went on overseas trips that have been really valuable. Maybe 16, 16 I think we went. So they're really valuable. I'd take them every time you get an opportunity to go. You definitely go, but there is a continuity that you get out of your pre-season when you get to stay in town and train hard for a longer block.
Bravo, Teddy.
Yeah, Kez is, he's learning that role and doing it well. I think as Bulldogs sort of brought up, there's other parts to that role that will get tested at different times throughout the year, and he'll need to manage games in different ways, but he managed it, as I said, between the 50 and 60th to make sure it got away from him, and he's doing some really, really good things.
Robert, do you think might have just been a little bit special for Teddy, given he's a Campbelltown boy?
Camden boy, MacArthur, yeah, MacArthur, yeah. I think it's his first day as captain for us, and then also coming back out home where he's played a lot, and just the magnitude of touches that guy has had in the game. What is a fullback's role? What he's doing is pretty remarkable in the amount of ways that he's playing the game. He's doing the traditional fullback kick return role. Then he's doing a forwards role in the middle of the ruck. He plays a halves role. He plays a high support role. He plays out the back, swings out the back like a fullback. He's He's a very, very good player. I think I understated it.
Is he changing the way we look at fullbacks?
He's changing the way that I traditionally saw a fullback. You'd have to ask others, but he's changing the way that what does a position and what is your role, and what does a coach tell you your role is in a position, and then what is a player going to decide to do? What is he going to? Yeah, I'm going to take that on board, but I'm also going to play other roles within the team, and that means I can touch the ball more and have more of a say on how the game goes, and that's what Teddy's decided to do.
Lindsay Collins changed the way you're looking at front rowers, more like 5/8. Obviously, he's a very good front rower, but did you know about the subtleties in his game that we saw today?
Yeah, we often see him try and pass as much as possible at training. So, yeah, it was a good effort to get that ball back.